Right, how's it going? So we're back with another video. We're looking at the game between Greece and Ireland, which, could have gone better. Right, so as normal, we're going to have a look at the lineup, score prediction, and then player performances. Right, so we're going to have a look at the L squad lineup. So here will be what Steve and Kenny ran, and to be honest, the players that you played weren't awful. There's two changes I personally would have made. So you'll see how I would have ran the team pop up here. Only real changes is I would have changed Adamaida out for Obafemi, and I wouldn't have played Doherty. I would have played McLean at that kind of wing back position instead, which I think throughout the game we saw when McLean came on for O'Dowda. McLean just was better at that right wing back kind of position than Doherty. Right, so looking at score predictions, I thought it would have been a draw. I thought it would have been 1-1. Air team is not awful, but it's not going to light up the world. And the same for Greece. Greece have a pretty solid team, so I thought we'd end up just drawing at the end because I think we're fairly even in the ways that we have certain players that are our standout players, and then the rest are just kind of alright. Right, so we're going to have a look at the player performances now. So for me, the four that stood out were Bazunu, Collins, Doherty and Johnson. Right, so Bazunu, without a doubt, deserved that man of the match player. There was only one other player on that pitch for us that I thought was in with a chance of getting that L man of the match, but it just had to be Bazunu. There was multiple chances in the first half Greece took, and unfortunately for them, unfortunately for us, Bazunu got to. Like, watching that game, watching the first half, we realistically could have been dead and buried in the first half, but Bazunu made some quality saves and crucial saves. Now, he was unfortunate in not making it to that penalty, which there's nothing you can really do. And the same with Greece's second goal. Like, he couldn't really see the ball, and his footing, you could see by him, his footing wasn't really solid, as to say. Like, he wasn't ready to have to dive down. So it was just unfortunate that he didn't get to it. But I didn't think he was shite. I thought he was brilliant. Well, not brilliant, but I thought he was solid for the game he had. Right, so moving on, Nathan Collins, another solid game for him. Right, I think he's underrated as a defender. Right, without a doubt, a player I'd love to see go to United. Not only because United are in need of another centre back for depth, but I'd just love to see him there. I think he's one of our best players at the moment. His header was quality. That header to score that goal, quality. I don't know if any of you got to watch the match, but there was a strike he had in the second half from a corner, and oh my days, it was lethal. The power on it was ridiculous. How the Greek keeper got down to it and stopped it is, I don't know how, but it was a brilliant save in fairness to him. But Collins, he was so solid that game. At least in my opinion, he was solid. He was moving up into midfield when he needed. He was dropping back when he had to. He took shots. Like, he was making some nice passes. He was just solid all around, which I can't really say for the next player we're going to have a look at. Right, so the next player we're having a look at is Matt Doherty. And look, I don't mean to be mean, but he's fucking shit. He is shite. He just is. I don't want to hear anyone say Doherty's good, Doherty's this. He's bang average at a push. He umpteen times he's played for the national squad, and he doesn't do much. He likes to play as a wing back. That's fine, but as a wing back, right? If you need to push up when we're attacking, push up. But when we lose possession, fucking get back. He's so unbelievably bad at tracking back. If he worked on that, if he was better at tracking back, I wouldn't think he's shit. But as a right wing back, he's awful at his tracking back. Like, he'll go for a run, right? Our opposition will get possession again, and he just takes ages to get back. It's like he's just on a walk. It's like, fucking come on, you're a defender. Get fucking moving. They're pushing up air end. Fucking turn around and turn on the jets. Get back. Right? That's one of my problems with him. My second problem with him, and it happened again in that game against Greece, he consistently has wasted passes. Short passing is fine because it's short passing, you can't really fuck it up. But he'll make a long pass, or he'll try play a ball in through like chipping it or curving it, whatever you want to say. But he just never makes it to his target. 9 times out of 10, if you watch Doherty and he has a long pass, 2 of those 10 are getting to its target. More often than not, it's not. Either it's not accurate or the player is being man-marked, right? And I get that other player has to make the attempt to move down and get to the ball and lose his man. But you see as well, he'll pass to someone who's being marked and someone is free. Fucking 2-3 feet away from that player and you're like, just pass it to him. It's not like you're unable to make a curl or to put it over a player. So do that and get it to the player who is free. His red card was fucking stupid, right? 90 minutes, right? He's played 90 minutes and he's been fine, right? Then we get an extra 4 minutes, right? Remember that, 4 minutes of added time, right? He got a red card in the 95th minute. The 95th minute and he decides he's gonna get a fucking red card. Now before I move on and talk about Johnson, I just want to talk about this real quick. I think Ireland's biggest problem when it comes to national playing, right, is we have so many players that, say there's a player that plays centre mid, right? Throughout the game, he'll drift into the right wing for some fucking reason. We have a centre back, drifts into left centre mid. Like our players don't, a lot of our players, few of them stay in their actual position and stick with that. So many of them start off in one position and drift about throughout the game. At one stage I'm pretty sure Cullen got the ball, right? And he's moved into the box. And Ferguson is there. Ferguson is there for support. And Cullen tries to make himself and you're like, what are you doing? You are a defensive mid. Our striker is right there. Lay it off to him. Don't be fucking running in here trying to be the big hero or some shit. Pass it off to someone. That's one of our biggest problems. Everyone wants to be the goal scorer. Everyone wants to save us from being down. Someone wants to give us the lead. Someone wants to help us be drawn again. Don't do it. Don't try run in and take the shot unless you're one of our wingers, an attacking mid, or our striker. The rest is your centre mid, your defensive mid, and your defenders. Stay there. Because more often than not, we lose the ball in the box or we send it wide and then you're having to run all the way back to your position. Stay there and there won't be as much mistakes and players being caught out. We saw it again against Greece last night. Consistently having players move out of position and then we're caught on the break. Right, so Johnson, I'm pretty sure it was his debut for the team. He didn't do awful, but I feel a bit bad for him. I feel bad because in the second half he came on at half time, by the way. Greece moved up the right and he went out to help out Doherty. And the player who had the ball for Greece, megged Johnson, and that was a through ball meg, and then Greek player came in, got the ball and shot and they scored. And I feel bad for him because I'm sure he then blamed himself for us conceding, because if he hadn't gotten meg, it's unlikely they would have scored because they wouldn't have had someone in ready to go. But I don't know. So yeah, I feel bad for him for that sense. To be honest, I don't think he was shy. I think he was alright for what he did. You know, he made some nice passes. He had a quality corner. It was his corner that went into the box. Someone knocked out and it landed then for Collins to take the strike, which unfortunately didn't go in. But do you know what? Yeah, I don't think Johnson had an awful game. I think he had a pretty average game considering he only had the 45 minutes. So, you know, I'm quite happy with what he did. Right, so that's the end of this video. Next video I will look at Ireland playing Gibraltar, again in the Euros. That game is on Monday and I plan to have the video out Tuesday. If that works, brilliant. If it doesn't work, it's not great for me. But yeah, that's when I plan to have the next video out. Don't forget, I have an L website which will be linked in the description. Any support on that will be much appreciated. But yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.